Does anyone else plan what they're going to say at the start of the vlog and then it just comes out totally wrong when you finally say it? Because that is me right now. I am really struggling to film this intro and I don't know why, but anyway. Hi guys, it is Jess and welcome back to another reading vlog. I haven't filmed a reading vlog in a while. The last one I did was for the reading rush, so I'm very excited to be doing another vlog, and this is a vlog that I have been wanting to do since I purchased these books. We're going to be reading some contemporary fiction in the form of Matt Haig's writing. So I have these 4 books here, all written by Matt Haig, that I have been very keen to get to for like forever, and I thought it would just be really fun to vlog my experience reading them, and I wanted to read them back to back because I feel like that is how I am going to get the full Matt Haig experience. I have read 2 books by Matt Haig already. I read The Humans last year and that was a 5-star read for me. Absolutely adore it. It's become one of my favourite books in the world. And then back in March I read How to Stop Time and that was a 4-star read. Really enjoyed that one. So far Matt Haig has not disappointed me. I've really enjoyed his writing and his storytelling, and he's just got that little something that I really connect to. I like his quirkiness, I like his sense of humour, I like the really good important points that he makes in his books sometimes. So yeah, we're going to see how these ones fare. I'm not going to go into too much detail about each one of these because I have done that already in a book haul video, which I will link up there, and also my September TBR video, which I will also link up there or somewhere for you to watch it if you haven't already. But we have got The Dead Fathers Club, The Last Family in England, The Possession of Mr. Cave, and The Radleys. So they're all relatively short books. I don't think it's going to take me too long to read these, but I thought I would start the vlog now, and hopefully by the end of next week I will have finished all of them. I don't think I've ever read 4 books in 1 week, but we're going to give it a go. So I think the book I am going to start with is The Radleys, because this is the one that I am the most excited to read. It's a vampire story, so it's about these 2 young vampires, and when we first meet them I believe they don't know that they're vampires, and then something happens which causes them to find out the true nature of what they are, and it's all about them having to try and fit in to the human world while also discovering all about their vampire side. I'm not really sure, I've not explained that very well, but I'm very excited to give this one a go. I love anything to do with vampires, I say this all the time, so yeah, I think this is going to be the first one that I start. I don't know if I'm going to get this started today because I have to go to work in a little while. I've been off for 2 days, so I've been reading a lot. I've literally just finished Clap When You Land, which was absolutely incredible. Never read anything by Elizabeth Acevedo before, and this was exceptional. It was so good, so beautifully written. Probably gonna do a separate video on this, talking about everything I love about it. It was just absolutely flawless. Many thoughts, head full right now. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of reading today. I'm not really sure if I'm up to sitting down and reading right now, but I would like to get this started at some point tonight after work. If not, I am off this weekend, which is a first, so I will definitely be getting through this on the Saturday and the Sunday. And yeah, I will update you with all of my thoughts on all 4 of these books as time progresses. I'm very excited. I really hope that I am not let down by these books. I'm gonna go now and I'm gonna get myself sorted for work, and then I will see how the reading vlog pans out from here. I don't know how this week is gonna go. We're just gonna wing it and see what happens, but I'm taking full advantage of the fact that I am in a big reading mood again, considering August was pretty shit in terms of reading. Hey guys, it's Sunday and I wanted to give you a quick update about my progress reading the Radleys. So I am that much into it. I'm on page 114. I read a little bit of it this morning when I couldn't sleep, and I'm really enjoying it. It's definitely going to be a fun read. I think I have absolutely no idea where the story is going to go, which makes me more excited for this, but yeah, so far so good. Very fun, really love the writing, really liking all of the characters, and I'm liking the concept. So we are following this family of vampires and they're called the Radleys. We've got Helen and Peter, and they are parents to Clara and Rowan, and the family are abstainers. That's what they're called within this world. They are vampires who abstain from doing vampire things like drinking blood and killing people. And Helen and Peter have been living this lifestyle for a very long time, and they have tried to protect their children from the vampiric world, and they are trying to keep their kids as normal as possible. And so Clara and Rowan don't actually know that they're vampires at the start of this book, and then about 40-50 pages in, and this is not a spoiler, like this is on the back of the book, but about 50 or so pages in, Clara ends up being attacked by a kid from her school, and she ends up killing him accidentally because, you know, she's a vampire and she's craving his blood. She doesn't really understand why she's craving it, and yes, so she kills him, and then she ends up finding out that she is a vampire. Rowan finds out that he is a vampire, and that's kind of where I'm at in the story. And we've had this new character introduced called Will, who is Peter's brother, and he's not an abstainer, so he just lives as a vampire normally would, and so he's just shown up to kind of help the family deal with this incident that's happened. And yeah, other than that, don't know where it's gonna go, but yeah, like I said, I'm really enjoying it, so I am hoping to get this read pretty soon. Today is National Read a Book Day as well, so it's only fitting that I celebrate National Read a Book Day by reading a book. I have to go and finish some house chores, and then I also have to edit a video. And then after that I might have a little bit of time to get some more of this read, but I am going to my work later to go for a meal with my boyfriend and some of his family, so depending on how much food and drink I consume in the evening and whether I'm awake or not will factor into whether I read anything, so we'll see, but I will catch you all a little bit later. Hi guys, it's Monday and it's nearly 4 o'clock in the afternoon and I haven't read anything. I'm still on the same page of the Radleys as what I was when I last updated you, because I haven't read anything. Went for a meal out last night with my boyfriend and it was lovely, really enjoyed it. I drank a lot of alcohol which meant I couldn't focus on anything, so there's that. Then this morning I was up at 8 o'clock and I went to the garden centre with the in-laws, my boyfriend's parents, and it was really nice. I had a really nice time. Never been to this particular garden centre before. It's out near Oakham and it was very pretty, very expensive, but I did a little bit of Christmas shopping and bought some bits from the farm shop, and I had every intention of reading this afternoon. We got home at about 12:30 and then I fell asleep. So I was asleep from about 12:30 till a few moments ago. That's why I have this crazy bed hair going on. It was a very windy journey, very bumpy. The roads were just crazy and I had very bad motion sickness, so I just got home and I had to lay down because I was just feeling so like blah, basically. So yeah, today has not gone how I had planned it to go. I've got a bit of time now before my boyfriend comes home, so I can try and read a little bit of that. But it is my boyfriend's birthday today. He's 27, so you know, we've spent the whole weekend celebrating in various ways. I was meant to be at work today as well, but I ended up having it off last minute, so that was really nice. So tonight we're probably just going to have a takeaway and chill for a bit because I'm at work all day tomorrow and I am rambling. I know you don't really care, you just want to see me read. So gonna go and try and read for a little bit. Yeah, let's go and do that. I'll just quickly show you what I got from the garden centre. This is from the farm shop. Look how cute that bug is. That is so cute. And yeah, so I ended up getting, I got my aunties some bits for Christmas. And then I ended up getting these roasted red peppers. I like putting those in wraps, but they're always a nightmare to get from shopping, and generally they're always out of stock, so it was really nice that I came across those. And then I got my boyfriend some stuffed olives, some garlic stuffed olives, because I know he will like those. I don't like olives, so he can have that thing to himself. And then I got him as well some pork puffs. Don't know what they're all about, but he will probably like those because he generally likes stuff like that. Just thought I'd get him those as some extra presents. And yeah, love that place. We'll definitely go back, but I'll try and find a different route because those roads were chaotic, to say the least. Anyway, I was gonna go and read, so let's stop getting distracted and let's go and do that. So I've just finished the Radleys, and I'm gonna be honest, I didn't love it. I just didn't love it as much as I thought I was going to. And don't get me wrong, I did still enjoy it. It was really fun to read. It had a lot of really great moments, some really great standout scenes that I wish I could talk about, but I don't want to spoil it for anyone. But it just feels like it was missing something. I don't know, the ending left me slightly underwhelmed, and I just feel like there could have been so much more to the story and just so much more to the characters. I don't know, it didn't live up to the expectations that I had for it, and I think that's just me personally, having read The Humans and being so in love with that, and having read How to Stop Time and being so in love with that as well. I don't know, I think I probably gave this book too high of expectations. And also I think because I'm feeling a little bit shitty today, that's kind of affected my train of thought a little bit. So I think I probably need to take a bit of a step back and think about this book some more when I'm feeling a little bit more clear-headed. But yeah, there are still some really great things about this book, and I think the thing that I liked the most about it was the domestic setting and having this family of vampires navigate their vampire lives around being humans as well. And it was really interesting to see how they reacted to the attack that happened on Clara. And that's not a spoiler, that is something that's mentioned on the back of the book. But this book has great characters actually. There wasn't a single character that I didn't like, other than maybe Jared. He's not a very nice character, but even towards the end I liked him, so that was nice. And yeah, some really funny moments, and yeah, I would still recommend this book. It's definitely different. It's not something I've read before. It's not something I would have ever dreamed of picking up normally. But yeah, it's still the best vampire book that I've read this year by far. But I'm not sure it's my favourite book that I've read of Matt Haig, which is a shame because this was the one that I was most excited about. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. So now I am gonna have to decide what Matt Haig book I'm going to read next, and I think I'm going to go for this one, The Dead Fathers Club. just because this one is calling out to me. The plot sounds so much fun, and I think I explained this at the start of the video, but this is a Shakespeare retelling. It's based on Macbeth, I believe, and it's about this 11-year-old boy called Philip, and his dad, who was a pub landlord, he is killed in a road accident, and his mum is having an affair with his uncle, who is his dad's brother. And then later on in the story, the ghost of his dead father appears to him one night and tries to convince this young boy to go and kill his uncle because his father believes that his uncle killed him. Something along those lines. So I'm guessing this is a story all about revenge, and it sounds so much fun. Again, it's another short book. It's like, what is it? It's less than 300 pages, so I should be able to get this read pretty quickly. It's nearly 3 o'clock now, so I've got 2 hours before my boyfriend gets home and I have to start socialising with another human being. So I should get a decent amount of this read in the next 2 hours. We'll see. I'm only 30 pages into this book and already I'm so in love with it. Oh my gosh. I love how it's written, and it's written from the perspective of an 11-year-old boy. So it's completely devoid of any grammar, like there's no commas, there's no speech marks. It's literally just the boy Philip saying it how it is. He's saying it how he sees it. So it's very rambly, which tends to be, you know, how kids recite stories. It's always like, and then this happened, and then we did this, and then we did this, and then we went there, and then this happened. And it's also written like, and Dad's ghost said this, and then I said that, and then he said this, and then I said that. And I love it. Like, normally it would annoy me, but I think the way that it's written just really adds to the story. And I love this kid already. He's just so much fun, and I love how blunt he is, and, you know, I love being in his head and just seeing how he sees the world, and, you know, how naive he is actually. And, you know, his dad's ghost has said to him that his uncle Alan is a murderer, and so he just straight up starts calling Uncle Alan a murderer, and he's a charmer, as he calls him, and he says like, a charmer is a man that women always like, and they look into women's eyes and they do a smile where only half of their mouth is on the right, is like up on the right side or something. And then he goes, and a charmer is usually divorced. And Uncle Alan is divorced to this woman, Trisha, who isn't murdered. And I just love it so much. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to read the rest of this story, because I think it is going to be so much fun. Oh my god. What the fuck? I've just finished The Dead Fathers Club, and I don't know what to say. Like, have I even finished it? Like, this book ended so abruptly. It ended here, and like, normally with Matt Haig, his books will end with the end, and this one doesn't, and I feel like there should be more to this. Like, what? Like, I want more. I need to know what happens. I need to know. I loved this book so fucking much. Oh my gosh, I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was, if I'm honest. Like, this was the one that I wasn't that bothered about, but wow, this is just, oh, it's so good. It is so much fun from start to finish. I love Philip. He is the cutest little kid in the world, and I would have loved to have been friends with him when I was 11 because he's just so funny and he's so honest. And I love how this book is written. It's written from his perspective, and it's written like an 11-year-old would write it. And I mentioned this before, it is devoid of any proper grammar and spelling. It is literally just written how you would write something when you're 11, and he is just so brutally honest. He says things how he sees them, and he exaggerates everything, and it's absolutely hilarious at times. And wow, like, it was such a roller coaster, and it was a really funny book. And then the last third of the book, it got really deep really quickly, and what the fuck was that ending? I wasn't expecting this book to go in the direction that it went, and yeah, like, amazing, absolutely amazing. One of my new favourite books, 5 stars. Like, oh, just go and read this. It is incredible. I don't even know where to go from here now. I want to start another book, but I think I just need to let this one sit with me for a bit because, yeah, like, I don't know, what am I doing? Yeah, today's just been really weird because I'm feeling really ill, but that book just helped me forget about how ill I've been feeling for the last 24 hours. So thank you, Matt Haig, for that. That was so good, so much fun. Yeah, I have The Possession of Mr. Cave and The Last Family in England to read, and I don't know which one I'm going to go for next, but I have to go to work soon, so I'm probably not going to get any reading in now anyway. But oh my gosh, just oh my gosh. Okay guys, super duper quick update because I have to go to work in a minute, but I've been reading The Last Family in England. So this is another Shakespeare retelling, like The Dead Fathers Club. I believe it's based off Henry IV, and it's about this dog called Prince. And if I haven't said this already, but this is written from a dog's point of view. So it's about this dog called Prince. He's a Labrador, and he lives with the Hunter family, who are Adam, Kate, Charlotte and Hal. And Prince is part of the Labrador Pact. So the Labrador Pact is to serve and protect your family at all costs. And it's kind of a thing that's dying out. More dogs are just revolting against the Labrador Pact and going off and doing their own things. And there's the Springer Spaniels in this story, who are kind of the villains of the piece, I guess. I'm not really sure, I'm not up to that point yet, but they are revolting against the Labrador Pact, and I assume they're going to cause some chaos. I'm not really sure, but yeah, I've been reading this since Thursday night. So I am 168 pages in, so I'm over halfway, which is pretty good, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm not loving it as much as The Dead Fathers Club, but it's definitely an interesting story, and I love reading it from a dog's point of view. Never read a book written from a dog's perspective before. There are a few that I do want to read that are like that, but Really loving that aspect of it. It's a nice kind of way of seeing the world differently and seeing how strange humans appear to dogs, and seeing, you know, what a dog might think of the humans that it lives with. But yeah, it's got some really funny moments, and I'm up to the point in the story where, and I will put a spoiler alert here, I don't really think it's too much of a spoiler, but I will put it here just in case, and you can skip this bit if you want. But yeah, I'm up to a point in the story where this guy called Simon has moved into the house across the road from the Hunter family. Simon is a guy that Adam has known for a long time but just hasn't seen in forever, and there's a lot of tensions going on between Adam and Kate, who are married, and their marriage is kind of struggling a little bit. They haven't had sex in like 13 years, and Adam's, you know, looking for, you know, sex. That's what he wants, and he's met Emily, who happens to be married to Simon. And then there's also Kate, who I don't know, but I think it's implied that her and Simon had a thing years and years ago. I'm not sure, it's not been confirmed, but yeah, so there's kind of tensions there, and the two couples are kind of starting to go off with each other, I suspect, and so Prince is trying to stop them from having affairs. And it's really funny. And then there's also Charlotte, who is dating this guy called Danny, who goes to the school where Adam works. Adam doesn't want Charlotte to go with Danny because Danny is a bit of a troublemaker, and so in order to keep, you know, the family from arguing with each other, Prince is trying to stop Charlotte from getting it on with Danny when he comes around. It's just really funny. Like, you'd have to read it to know what I'm on about, but I'm really enjoying it. Looking forward to seeing where this book goes, and looking forward to seeing how the Springer Spaniels play into this. Like I said, I've got to head off to work now. I'm doing a lunch shift, so I'm only at work from 12 till 5, which makes me really happy because I don't like working Sunday evenings. They're always really boring, and it's very hot today actually. It's currently 19 degrees and it's meant to get to about 25 today, and working in a restaurant in that kind of heat is not fun. It's pretty hot in the restaurant all the time anyway, so when it's hot outside it just makes it worse. But yeah, I'm so happy to be finishing at 5 because that means I can get some video editing done tonight and hopefully some more of this spread. And I'm really impressed with how well my reading is going this month, because this is the 4th book that I have picked up and it's only the end of the 2nd week of September, so we're doing well this month. Let's keep it that way. But anyway, I've got to go, and I will see you all in a little while. Hello. It's Monday, and I wanted to read this morning. I wanted to go to the gym this morning. I wanted to be one of those people that was up early and just got on with the day, but I feel like shit. I've been feeling rough pretty much all week last week. Finished work at 5 yesterday and I went to bed at like 9, and I've been asleep for like 12 hours. My head is really hurting, my nose is getting really clogged up, and my throat is really sore. So I'm having a great time this morning. The only thing that's making me happy about today is that I'm on a very short shift, only doing the lunch today, 11:30 till 5 o'clock. And I looked at the bookings yesterday and it's really quiet, so I should be able to cope. And then I'm off for 3 full days, so I won't be back at work till Friday. So that gives me a good chance to recover from whatever ailment I've come down with. This is the wrong time to be getting ill as well, because everyone's paranoid about getting coronavirus. But I'm pretty sure this is just a cold. Like, it feels like a cold. But, yeah. Anyway, let's move on to book talk, because that's what you're here for, and you don't really care about my illnesses. I got to page 225 of this last night, so I only have about 70 or so pages left to go. So I could probably finish this today. It's not going to be now because I have to get up and go to work in a bit, and by a bit I mean like 15 minutes. So tonight is probably the night when I'm going to finish it. And this is not an attractive angle. It's probably when I'm going to finish it. So we'll see how that goes. I think this book is a 3-star for me. It's good, like, I am enjoying it. I'm just not feeling as into it as other books I've read by Matt Haig. Yeah, we'll see. But I'm gonna go try and get ready for work. So I finished The Last Family in England last night, and I am struggling with this one a little bit. I don't really know what my overall feeling on this book is. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either. I'm kind of like indifferent towards it, I guess. There were some things about this book that I really liked. I loved that it was written from the perspective of the Labrador prince, and I loved seeing his way of thinking and how he perceives human beings, how he perceives other dogs, how he really wants to protect the family that he loves from any danger and keep them together. I really loved the strength that he showed in that, and that he was literally just so determined to do whatever it takes to keep his family together. I loved that, and I loved the interactions that he had with other dogs, and there were some rather funny moments and some rather funny dialogue that made me chuckle. But I think this is probably the worst of Matt Haig's books. It just didn't really do anything for me. I hated the ending, and I'm not going to tell you why I hated it, but it was just an ending that left a bit of a bad taste in my mouth. It made me really... Normally it would make me sad, but this one made me rather angry actually that it ended that way, and I wish I hadn't finished it. And I just felt like for the majority of the book nothing really happened, and when something major did happen it felt kind of forced in, as if it was put there just to give the dog something to do, and it was put there to try and gauge a shocking reaction out of the reader, and it didn't really work for me. I didn't really like any of the characters other than maybe Prince, and that's not something I've experienced with Matt Haig's books yet. I've pretty much liked all of the characters he's written in past books that I've read by him, so this was, yeah, it was a letdown, and that's a shame because again this was one that I was very excited to read and one that I thought I was really gonna love. Great premise, just not executed as well as it could have been. I don't know, maybe you've read this and maybe you really like it, but that's just me. I've given it 3 stars. After thinking about it some more, I feel like it's probably a 2-star book for me. I don't know, I think I need to sit on this a little bit more. But yeah, I just didn't love this one, unfortunately. So I'm off work for 3 days now, which means I've got plenty of time to finish the last book that I have to read, which is The Possession of Mr. Cave, and I'm looking forward to that one. It sounds really fun. And I've also got to film a few videos, so I'm going to film a couple today, and then I'm going to film another one tomorrow or Thursday, I'm not sure yet, and hopefully they will be up soon. I was going to go to the gym this morning, and again I woke up really late because I've been feeling really bad lately. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I just, yeah, I'm going to go and film a video now, and I don't know if I'm going to read today because I'm not really feeling it, but we'll see how it goes. Hello everybody. I've just been for the most fantastic run. It's really sunny outside, so I took full advantage of that and I went for a run. Some of it was a bit of a power walk around my village, and yeah, pretty tired, but feeling good. On the reading side of things, I've read a little bit of this, The Possession of Mr. Cave. I am about 70 pages in. I read quite a bit yesterday, but I've not really been feeling like reading the last few days. I've read a lot already. I've finished 5 books this month, and it's only like the 2nd week of September, something like that. So I'm feeling a little bit hungover on books again, but I'm hoping I can get this finished by the time I go to work tomorrow. Did I say it was Friday today? It's not Friday, it's Thursday. That's how messed up my brain is right now. I can't even remember what day of the week it is. We'll see when I edit this. If I didn't say Friday, then this won't get put in. If I did say Friday, I could just cut it out, but whatever. Yeah, so I'm hoping to get this finished by work tomorrow. Don't really have any thoughts on it at the moment. It's written in 2nd person, so I think it's a letter, or he's written a diary or a letter to his daughter, who he treats as the reader. So you're reading it as if you are his daughter, and it's basically, I kind of have a gist of where this book is gonna go, I think, but basically within the first like 10 pages, the Terence, who is like penning this letter or diary, his son is involved in an accident with some teenage boys from his school. I assume they're his friends, maybe they're not, and he ends up accidentally hanging himself, and Terence witnesses it, tries to save him, and unfortunately his son Reuben dies, and we get a little bit of backstory from Terence in that his wife died and his mother also died, so he's pretty concerned that his daughter Bryony is going to die as well, and so we see him coping with the loss of Reuben, how he deals with his grief, and how that grief is starting to manifest itself in ways in which are not probably healthy. Like, it's rational, I totally understand like why he's trying to protect Bryony, I totally understand, and I think any parent would understand, but yeah, it's I think it's setting itself up for some pretty insane stuff, so we'll see. But the premise sounds interesting, and from what I've read, I am liking it, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, that's all I have to update you with for now. I am gonna go and take a nice cool shower, have some dinner, and then I've got some videos I need to film, and then I would like to sit down and read. But I've also started watching, or rather re-watching, this show that I watched on Netflix last year. I've been thinking about it a lot, and so I don't know why I just started a few episodes last night, but oh gosh, anyway, let's just go and get shit done. Hi guys, so it's been a few days, but I'm here to tell you that I've finished The Possession of Mr. Cave, and I've had to take a bit of time to kind of think about this book a little bit more, because this one wasn't an easy read. As I mentioned, we are following this guy called Terence, whose son has died in a tragic accident, and prior to that he'd lost his wife and his mother, and so the only like immediate member of his family that's left is his daughter Bryony, and he kind of becomes very obsessed with keeping her safe, stopping her from seeing this guy, and trying to prevent her from tragically dying on him as well, essentially. This book was very uncomfortable to read, which I think is probably the point of it. The other 3 books that I have read by Matt Haig for this vlog have been quite, I wouldn't say light-hearted, but they were quite fun, you know, they were really enjoyable, they were adventurous. This one was very heavy. Yeah, it kind of just explores grief and how grief can affect you mentally, and how it can make you think irrationally and do irrational things sometimes. And yeah, it was very uncomfortable to read, and I didn't really like the main character of Terence. You know, I thought some of his decisions were just really bizarre and questionable, but again, I think that's the point. And I think, you know, the fact that grief had turned him into this dislikable person was probably the point of this. And it just felt very voyeuristic, you know, I felt like I was intruding on something so personal, and I felt like I was a spectator watching this guy descend into madness and hurt his daughter in ways that he probably never would have before. Yeah, it was just really heavy, and I really struggled to finish it just because of the way it ended, and I kind of saw it coming. I saw that ending coming a mile off, and there was a point where I was like, I don't know if I really want to finish this book. And so I think that because this book had that emotional impact on me, made it a rather good book. I'm leaning towards giving it 3 stars because it wasn't my favourite out of the 4 that I've read. But because of the way it made me feel, and I think Matt Haig did such a wonderful job of kind of giving this guy a slow burn descent into madness, it kind of deserves more than 3 stars. But I don't know. This is one that I definitely have to think about a bit more. But yeah, if you are triggered by things such as suicide and mental health, then I would steer clear of this book because, yeah, it deals with a lot of heavy topics. So, it's taken me 2 weeks, but I've managed to finish all 4 of these books, and I am pretty impressed, I'm not gonna lie. I really enjoy Matt Haig's writing. I think, as I've said before, I think he has a very unique way of looking at things. He's able to get in the mindset of a variety of different people and make you think about things from their perspective, and, you know, think about things in a way you wouldn't have normally thought about those things. Yeah, they're just a lot of fun as well. I had a great time reading them. I would definitely recommend Matt Haig to anybody who wants to read more contemporary fiction. And I am very excited to read his new release, The Midnight Library, which has come out very recently. So I'm hoping I get that for Christmas. Overall, very satisfied with my Matt Haig experience. I think out of all of these, The Dead Fathers Club was my favourite. I gave this one 5 stars. This one was just, it wasn't what I was expecting it to be, but it was so much fun. I loved Philip. I've said this before, he was such a cute kid and I would have loved to have been his friend when I was younger. This one was just a roller coaster from start to finish, and I loved the way it was written. And then I think my least favourite would probably be The Last Family in England, and I'm really sad that I didn't like this one as much as I hoped I would, because the premise sounded really fun and I loved the fact that it was written from a dog's perspective. I thought that was a very unique thing. I've not read a book written by a dog before, but yeah, this one just wasn't as exciting. Not a lot happened. I was bored through a lot of it, so I don't want to say I wouldn't recommend it, because I feel like this might be your favourite book, but it just didn't do it for me, unfortunately. The Radleys was alright. Again, it was fun, but it didn't live up to my expectations, and this one was just, yeah, the heaviest of the 4. So there we have it. That was my Matt Haig reading experience. If you managed to get to the end of this vlog, then I commend you for that, because it is a pretty long one. I'm going to go and edit it now so that it's up for you guys to watch before the end of September. But yeah, let me know if you've read any of these and what you thought of them. I would love to know. Let me know what you think of Matt Haig, whether you think he's a good author like I do, or whether you dislike him. To be honest, I don't really want to hear it, because he's quickly become one of my favourite authors. Let me know as well if I've convinced you to read any of these. I will be mega impressed if I have, because people don't really listen to my book recommendations, which is fair enough. But you know, just let me know if I have convinced you. That would be really nice. Yeah, so anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a cheeky thumbs up if you like this video. Click the subscribe button and the bell button so you can get notifications every time I upload a new video. Yeah, I will see you all in another video very, very soon. Bye guys.